A message to the warriors in the wait. You are closer than you think. To everyone who feels like they've been running a race with no finish line in sight, this is for you. To the one who woke up this morning and the first thing you felt was the weight of yesterday pressing down on your chest, this is for you. To the dreamer who has watched their vision stall, the parent who is weary from praying, the worker who feels unseen, the fighter who is running on fumes and wondering if the battle is even worth it anymore. This message is your reminder. You are not done. Your story is not over, and you are far closer to your breakthrough than you realize. 1. Acknowledge the journey. Let's be honest with each other for a moment. Life has a way of asking more of us than we feel we have to give. There are seasons that feel like a relentless storm, wave after wave of challenge, disappointment, and delay. You've been knocked down more times than you can count. You've had to say goodbye to people, to plans, to versions of yourself that you thought would always be there. You've sat in the silence of unanswered prayers, staring at a ceiling that felt like it was closing in on you, and yet you are still here. That is not by accident. That is not luck. That is the fire of resilience burning deep within your soul. The very fact that you are still standing, even if you're trembling, even if your knees are buckling, even if you're leaning on a wall for support, is proof that there is something indestructible inside you. You have survived 100% of your worst days. Do not underestimate the strength it has taken to simply get here. 2. Your current situation is not your final destination. One of the most dangerous lies we can believe is that this pain, this lack, this confusion is permanent. But seasons change. Night always gives way to dawn. The harshest winter eventually blooms into spring. What you are walking through right now is a chapter, not the whole book. It is a passage, not the final page. Do not let the temporary convince you it is eternal. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history came after the longest, most silent nights. The most beautiful diamonds are formed under unimaginable pressure. The strongest oak trees grow from acorns that had to push through the dark, suffocating soil to reach the light. Your struggle is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are being prepared. Something is being forged in you right now. Character, wisdom, patience, and a depth that cannot be learned in times of ease. 3. Redefine what breakthrough looks like. We often wait for a single dramatic moment, a trumpet blast, a parting sea, a sudden explosion of success. But breakthroughs rarely announce themselves with fanfare. More often, they come as a quiet persistence. They come in the decision to get out of bed one more time. They come in the choice to speak kindly when you feel like screaming. They come in the small, seemingly insignificant steps you take when no one is watching. Breakthrough is not just the miracle at the end. It is the courage in the middle. Every day you refuse to give up, you are breaking through. Every time you choose faith over fear, you are breaking through. Every tear you wipe away and every prayer you whisper into the darkness is a step forward. Do not despise the small beginnings. Do not overlook the power of consistency. The greatest oak started as seeds that refused to stop growing. 4. The power of community and connection. I need you to know something important. You were never meant to do this alone. The weight you are carrying, it was never intended to be carried by one pair of shoulders. Reach out. Let someone in. There is no shame in saying, "I'm not okay." There is no weakness in asking for help. In fact, it is one of the bravest things you can do. Look around you. There are people who are waiting to stand with you. There are voices ready to remind you of who you are when you've forgotten. There are hands ready to lift you when you've fallen. And even in moments when it feels like no one is there, know that you are held by a love that never fails, a strength that never runs out, and a purpose that will not be thwarted. You are part of something bigger than your struggle. Your story matters. Your presence in this world is not a coincidence. Faliv. Declare what you want to see. It's time to shift something today. You have spent enough time rehearsing your problems. You have told the story of your setbacks long enough. Now, I want you to start declaring the outcome you are believing for. Speak it into existence, not from a place of denial, but from a place of faith. Say it out loud. I am moving forward, even if it's slow. I am stronger than this struggle. My setback is setting me up for a comeback. I will see the goodness in this season. I am not defined by my failures, but by my perseverance. Your words have power. They shape your mindset, which shapes your actions, which shapes your destiny. Stop speaking defeat over your future. Start speaking life. Start speaking purpose. Start speaking the breakthrough you are believing for, even when your circumstances say otherwise. 6. Your greatest days are still ahead. I know it might be hard to believe right now. When you're in the valley, the mountain peak seems like a distant fantasy. But I am here to tell you, the best chapters of your life have not been written yet. The greatest version of you is not behind you. It is ahead of you. Everything you have endured has been equipping you for something you couldn't have handled before. The wisdom you've gained in the fire will be the wisdom that helps someone else find their way out of the flames. The comfort you've longed for will become the comfort you're able to offer to another wounded soul. Your pain is not purposeless. Your struggle is not pointless. It is the very thing that is shaping you into the person who will walk into your destiny with a depth and a strength that cannot be faked. The world needs your light. Your family needs your strength. Your future needs your perseverance. You are closer than you think. Keep going. Your breakthrough is coming. 7. A call to action. So here is what I want you to do today. Take one step, just one. It doesn't have to be monumental. It doesn't have to fix everything. But take one step forward. Make that phone call you've been avoiding. Write down that goal you've been too afraid to pursue. Forgive someone, even if they don't deserve it, especially for your own freedom. Get up and move your body as an act of reclaiming your strength. Speak an affirmation over your life, even if your voice shakes. Movement creates momentum. Momentum creates breakthrough. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the first step. 8. A final word of hope. I want to leave you with this. The same power that calmed the seas, the same power that raised the dead, the same power that brought light out of darkness. That power is with you. It is in you. You are not alone in this fight. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. Your breakthrough is on its way. But even more than that, you are on your way. You are becoming. You are rising. And one day, not too far from now, you will look back at this moment and you will see it clearly. This was not your breaking point. This was your breaking through point. So, hold on, fight for one more day. Laugh when you can, cry when you need to, and never, ever give up on the incredible, irreplaceable, unstoppable person you are becoming. A cry for the impossible, a prayer for breakthrough. My Father, my God, I come to you now not with eloquence or polished words, but with the raw, unfiltered cry of my heart. I come to you because I have nowhere else to go. I have exhausted my own strength, mapped out my own strategies, and worn myself thin on the treadmill of my own effort. And I have reached the end. I am at the wall, I am in the wilderness, I am in the deep, where the light seems distant and the air is too heavy to breathe. You see this place I am in. You know the contours of this struggle better than I do. It's the problem that has become my ceiling, the pain that has become my constant companion, the weight that has stretched my faith to a breaking point. Lord, I feel the weight of it, the weight of delayed dreams, the weight of unanswered questions, the weight of a heart that is weary from the battle. There are moments when the silence is so loud, it feels like an answer in itself, and my soul trembles with the fear that you have forgotten me. But even in this trembling, I choose to remember. I remember who you are. You are the God who parted the Red Sea, not when the Israelites had built a bridge, but when they were trapped with their backs against the water and the enemy closing in. You are the God who brought water from a rock, provision from desolation. You are the God who walked into a grave and called forth life when all hope was buried. You are not intimidated by my impossibility. My impossible is the very place where you do your most recognizable work. So, Lord, I am laying my impossibility before you. It's too heavy for me to carry another day. I lay down my fear that this situation will never change. I lay down the bitterness that tries to take root in the soil of my waiting. I lay down the resentment I feel towards those who don't understand, and the frustration I feel with myself for not being stronger. I lay down the shame that whispers that I must have done something to deserve this closed door. I am stripping myself of every false covering and standing before you in my raw, unvarnished need. I need a breakthrough, not just a small shift, not just a temporary relief, but a true God-sized breakthrough, a breakthrough in my spirit, for I have grown dull and weary. Breathe new life into my dry bones. Where cynicism has taken hold, plant a seed of fresh hope. Where despair has numbed my heart, let your joy surge like a river. I need a breakthrough in my circumstances. Father, I am asking you to do what only you can do. Move the immovable. Open the unopenable door. Heal what the doctors say is incurable. Restore what has been shattered into 1,000 pieces. Provide for the need that has no earthly source. I am not asking for a convenient solution. I am crying out for a divine intervention. Let the heavens part and your power descend into the very heart of my struggle. I need a breakthrough in my mind. The enemy has set up strongholds in my thoughts, strongholds of what-ifs, of fear, of insecurity, and of hopelessness. I ask you, Lord, to demolish those strongholds. Renovate my mind with your truth. Help me to fix my gaze not on the size of the mountain before me, but on the majesty of the mountain mover who stands with me. I am crying out like Jacob, who wrestled with you until he received a blessing. I will not let go of your presence until I know that you have heard me, until I feel the shift in my spirit. I am crying out like the persistent widow who knocked until the door was opened. I will not be silent. My tears are my prayer, my groans are my intercession, and my outstretched hands are my declaration of dependence on you. I confess that I don't know what the breakthrough will look like. Maybe it will be a sudden, thunderous parting of the sea. Maybe it will be a quiet, steady whisper that gives me the strength to take one more step. Maybe it will be a healing, a provision, a reconciliation, or simply a supernatural peace that calms the storm inside me. Whatever form it takes, I will receive it as from your hand. I am asking you to turn my mourning into dancing. I am asking you to replace this garment of heaviness with a cloak of praise. I am asking you to write a testimony on the ashes of this trial so that I can stand and tell of your goodness. Let this season of struggle become the backdrop for your greatest glory in my life. I thank you that you are a God who hears. I thank you that you are close to the brokenhearted. I thank you that you are working even when I cannot see it. I thank you that the breakthrough is not just a future event, but it begins in this very moment, in the act of surrender, in the cry of faith, in the choice to trust you still. I place my hand in yours. I will wait for you here, in this holy place of desperation, trusting that the same power that rolled away the stone is about to roll away the obstacles in my path. In the mighty, matchless, and victorious name of Jesus, I pray, Amen.